You're welcome to Consulting Room 5 with me, your host, Dr. Sue. Here is a question for you. Have you ever woken up feeling exhausted, even after a full night's sleep? Or maybe your partner's snoring is so loud you are considering moving into another room or a second bedroom? Well, it turns out loud snoring and constant fatigue might be more than just irritating. They could be symptoms of a serious medical condition called obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA. OSA affects an estimated 1 in 5 adults, and many don't even know they have it. It happens when your airway becomes blocked during sleep, causing you to stop breathing, sometimes dozens or even hundreds of times a night. And it's not just about sleep. OSA can lead to high blood pressure, heart diseases, diabetes, and even depression if left untreated. But the good news is it's treatable. And today, we are diving into what causes sleep apnea, how to spot the warning signs, and then the treatments that can help you breathe well and live better. So just stay tuned and then wait for a very important, a very senior person, consultant, psychiatrist who is going to dive into that with us. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're welcome to Consulting Room 5. Today we are talking about obstructive sleep apnea, and we have a very senior psychiatric consultant with expertise and interest in sleep medicine. He is currently the CEO of the Brain and Sleep Medical Center in Accra that has a number of affiliations with private hospitals in Accra that include Trust Hospital and Eurocare. He is Dr. Yao Mfojo. Doctor, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
He is a consultant. Doctor, I hear you are a chief too.
I prefer to be called a traditional leader. Yes,
a traditional leader.
Yes, in the
Equapim.
Yeah, in the Equapim area.
Yes. So how do you say, how are you in Equapim? Okay, so this program is brought to you by Unicom Chemist. Do you have a sore throat or dry cough? Don't let it slow you down. Reach for Lozati lozenges. Lozati brings fast, soothing relief with sweet and delicious flavors like ginger, honey, and lemon, and even peppermint, orange, and the bold new cola. Are you watching your sugar? We've got you covered with sugar-free strawberry and sugar-free propolis. Perfect for people managing their sugar levels. Whether you are taking it all day or you are talking all day, working outside, or need comfort on the go, Lozati is your reliable companion. It's available now in all pharmacies and shops nationwide. Lozati lozenges, reliefs that works, flavors you will love, and options that care. Doctor, you once again welcome.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sue.
So, we are all struggling with sleep. Me, most of the time, I sleep after 12 midnight. Sometimes wake up around 4 a.m. What at all is sleep? Everybody sleeps, right? Every human being has to sleep.
Yes, thank you very much for that question. I think that I'll answer that question broadly by saying there are 8 basic things in life.
8?
8.
Okay.
That God gives us for free.
For free.
No one teaches us how to do them.
Okay.
Whether you are from China, Nigeria, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist. And okay, so first one is to be born.
To be born.
Okay. Second one is to drink water.
Okay.
Yeah. Third one is to move. Mobility.
Mobility, moving up from one place to another.
Yeah, either you move or someone moves you. Fourth one is to eat food.
Taking food from a bowl into your mouth.
Yes, the function of eating food as an energy source and to grow.
Okay.
The fifth one is to sleep. So you asked the question about everyone sleeps. Everyone sleeps. It's a basic function. The sixth one is to have sex.
Sex. Okay.
Yes, because without sex,
intercourse.
You say intercourse or sexual relationships.
Okay.
Life ends because there will be no
reproduction.
Yes, there will be no procreation. There will be no extension. Yeah. So that's the seventh one is excretion. Well, whatever you take in.
So far as you eat, you need to excrete some.
You drink. Yeah, whatever goes in has to come out. The fifth one, and the last one, the eighth one, is to die.
To die. Every living thing dies.
So these 8 basic things.
Right.
And sleep is in there. So basically, once there's a dysfunction in any of these, it invariably affects or impacts on the other. I mean, if you don't drink water, you die.
Yeah. If you don't drink water, if you don't
have
sleep.
sex, you will not be born. So
but now people don't do sexual intercourse, but they still are able to get pregnant with the
that is
assisted the ART.
Well, I mean, but the whole act of whether ejaculation of sperm to be kept, plus the what do they call it, the hatching of eggs to be harvested, is part of the sexual act.
Okay.
So it might not necessarily.
It's a package.
Yes, it might not necessarily be the act of intercourse or copulation.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
But it's very much part of the sexual cycle.
I get it now. Yeah. Okay. Can we go on?
Yes, of course.
So you were saying, so you're saying everybody has to sleep.
Yes.
If you don't sleep. So so what is sleep? What's the difference between sleep and rest?
I suppose sleep is a form of rest.
But rest is not a form of sleep.
No. Rest is not a form of sleep.
Because you could be resting, but not sleeping.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
so sleep is basically it's a reversible form of level of consciousness, but at the same time, without getting too technical, your senses, and that would mean sense of smell, sense of hearing, sense of seeing, sense of touch, and sense of hearing, are markedly reduced in sleep. They are not sated. So this is a reduced level of consciousness, which is associated with a reduced sensitivity, but it's reversible.
Okay.
And that's very different from a situation like coma, which is irreversible. It's not
sometimes.
Yes, it's sometimes irreversible, but you cannot just. It's not conscious. Automatically reversible. Yes.
Okay. So for children, let's say babies, 0 to about 6 months, how many hours are they supposed to sleep?
Okay, so let's I would answer that question with respect to children.
Okay.
Or better still, babies, toddlers, and then also extend it to the different stages of life and cycles, and as well as correlation with sleep.
Yes.
Okay,
actually,
so
that's what I'm going to ask you, but I just wanted to.
Okay. So basically, you are female, and I don't know whether you have kids yet, but
I have kids.
Okay.
Yes,
how?
I have 3 kids.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay. So how old is the youngest?
She'll be 5.
Okay. So then it means you've had this practical observation in the sense that it's only, especially for babies less than 2 years, it's only when they're getting to about 18 months to about 2 years that they actually start sleeping the night fully.
Yes.
Okay, so again, just to try to simplify it without making it too complicated. There are 2 components of sleep. Okay, like when you are building blocks, or when you are, we'll describe it as sleep architecture. So the 2 components of sleep are what we call rapid eye movement sleep.
Rapid eye movement sleep.
and non-rapid eye
Okay,
movements.
and non-rapid eye movement sleep.
And basically, the description suggests that
Okay.
your eyes are moving rapidly when you are asleep, and in the other building block, your eyes non-rapid eye movements. That's just it's almost like a scientific description.
Okay.
Now, just back to the question you asked me. In children less than 2 years,
Okay.
about 50 to 60% of their sleep is rapid eye movement sleep or REM sleep. Now, what is REM sleep? In REM sleep, again, description, your eyes are moving rapidly. We are almost like, and incidentally, just to emphasize, everybody has these two types of sleep.
Rapid eye movement sleep.
Rapid eye movements and non-rapid eye
rapid
movement sleep.
Okay.
So in rapid eye movement sleep, your eyes are moving rapidly, like
So
I mentioned.
can you demonstrate the rapid eye movement? Like your eye will be going round, 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 round.
Well, no, it's more like a circadian, yeah, but you are actually not circadian, like kind of like elliptical, kind of moving from side to side, yeah, rapidly.
So like how?
And rapidly.
Okay. So like going here, going there.
Then
we want to know it because in Consulting Room 5 we do.
You will not know it or see it.
Okay.
This is very much a
technical.
Yeah, it's a technical thing, and it's more measured by electromagnetic activity than you actually
so it's not
physically
that
see.
You can, okay, then we get
seeing it. Okay.
Okay.
Then your muscles are also paralyzed, apart from your diaphragm. Yeah.
Okay.
In REM sleep. So that's why somebody would tell you that they woke up feeling like they couldn't move. Okay. I'm sure you've heard that.
Yes.
Yeah. So that means they woke up in REM sleep. In REM sleep is when you dream. And dreaming, everybody dreams.
Okay.
Everybody. It's just that majority of the times we don't necessarily remember what we dreamt about. But dreaming is so normal because it's part of laying down memories and recollecting them. So again, this thing where there's this thing where especially the pastors or whatever, they will tell people to call them around 4 a.m. in the morning. So they will interpret their dreams. I'm sorry, it's all lies. It's just a scam. Because everybody dreams. And invariably, if you are having bad dreams, of course, you would tell a bad story and somebody will give you some interpretation.
Okay.
But anyway, so back to REM sleep. So rapid eye movement, paralysis apart from the diaphragm, dreaming occurs in REM sleep, and also we are typically cold-blooded. We are like reptiles.
Okay.
Poikilothermic in during REM sleep.
REM sleep.
Now, babies have up to 50 to 60% of REM sleep.
Okay.
And that's why, and also, what do they call it? Then just to get a bit of, the autonomic nervous system is very active in REM sleep. So that's why a baby can get up and feed anytime.
Okay.
Because they are majority of sleep
is in the REM sleep. Okay.
So they can get up, but it's only when they're getting to about 2 years that sleep starts to normalize. And in normal sleep, REM sleep forms about 20% of normal sleep. And then non-REM is the rest. That's about 80%. Okay, so what's non-REM sleep? Okay. Non-REM sleep is the majority, and that your muscles are not active, but there's a low tone. Then also there's no dreaming in non-REM sleep. Your eyes are not moving up and down. And it's a period of rest in terms of recovery for your brain, muscles, etc.
How would you know that you are experiencing REM sleep or non-REM sleep?
That's the example I gave you in terms of non-REM. Waking up in REM sleep is you wake up and you have this, or you feel like you woke up and you were in this state of paralysis. But remember that you're asleep. So how would you
know?
Yes. So this is where again to in terms of the observation, it's your bed partner, sleep partner, or when you come to a sleep lab and we actually do the overnight sleep study, then we'll be able to tell what stage of sleep that you are.
So like adults.
Yes.
How many hours are they, or are we supposed to sleep?
Okay, I was just going to come to that. Let me just go through the stages of sleep. Okay, so I've talked about those less than 2 years.
And then
now we go to young adulthood, to teenagers.
Yeah.
You know, generally, teenage, again, by then, the 80-20 principle will apply. However...
so from 2 years upwards, we have the 80-20 principle.
80-20, yeah. And again, just to make it a bit more interesting and complicated, for non-REM sleep, we have 4 stages. Stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. And so... but let's not go. The sleep that we all like is really stage 3 and 4, which is the deep, restful sleep. Okay. Majority of sleep is actually stage 2, which is restful.
So let's just quickly talk about the stages so that we know at which stage.
Okay. Sleep, without going into sleep, normal sleep starts in non-REM sleep stage. So stage 1, stage 2, and incidentally, again, to complicate things, there's a stage in sleep called wakefulness. So in between,
you are sleeping, then you are
you're waking. Okay, so from wakefulness you go to non-REM sleep. First, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, and 4 are usually combined. And then usually after every 90 minutes. You get a REM stage. Okay. So you get a REM cycle. So and in the early stage of sleep, there's a lot more non-REM stages. And then as you get closer to the morning, there's a lot more REM stages. But generally, there's a cycle of one REM period, more like after every 80 to 90 minutes. Okay. So that's where the principle of, you sleep 8 hours comes from. So just to answer your question again, according to the sleep classification, you have short sleepers and long sleepers. So anything between 5 and 8 hours really is adequate for
5 and 8 hours.
Yeah, anything between 5 and 8 hours is adequate. Of course, we are not robots, so we don't all sleep 8 hours, or we don't all sleep 6 hours. So there's like a range. But the important thing, again, we will discuss this when we get into a little more into insomnia. But the important thing is that sleep should be restful enough such that your ability to function during the day after sleep is good enough. You are not having consequences of not not having enough sleep.
So the 5 to 8 hours.
Yes. So 5 to 8 hours, they are short sleepers, and then they are long sleepers.
So the short sleepers are the 5 hours. Yeah. And then the long sleepers maybe 8 or more.
Yeah. 8 or more, but as soon as you exceed, again, this is where we'll come to. As soon as you exceed, then we start to describe a situation of hypersomnia, that is sleeping in excess of the normal or sleeping in inappropriate places. And that's where, again, the issue of that you talked about with respect to obstructive sleep apnea will come in.
We'll go there.
There are two major issues when it comes to hypersomnia. the major problematic one which affects a lot of people is obstructive sleep apnea.
Okay.
The second one, which is a bit less common, is narcolepsy. Yeah.
So we'll go there.
Yeah.
The 5 to 8 hours, should it be continuous, or you take 24 hours and within the 24 hours you say you have a nap, and then should it be accumulative or it should be continuous?
No, it should be, it's more cumulative. And so it doesn't necessarily have to be, like you said, continuous. Some people nap in the afternoon when they get in.
So let's say 8 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Now you have about an hour during the day, and then you have 6 hours in the night.
Yeah.
That should be fine.
That should be fine. Again, for example, for anyone who's traveled, when you go to the Spanish and the French system in particular, they have this afternoon siesta, so they start work, and then they go
during lunchtime.
And it's not even just, I think it's from 1 to 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
They have lunch and then they rest. Then they come back to
and studies have shown that they are very productive.
Yes, because that's actually the natural. That's almost like the natural cycle in terms of, or natural circadian, whatever, in terms of an afternoon dip after you've had a meal extra. So their system simulates the almost the natural system, as against the other, like what we do is, which is more the one would say the Anglo-Saxon system that we've adopted, which is just a straight to 8 to 5. And yeah, so it's the cumulative hours of sleep that you get over the 24 hours, and not necessarily the sleep that you get only at night.
Yeah. Oh, okay, so somebody can have a nap and then continue in the night, and if you are unable to sleep at night and you sleep during the day, they are the same within 24 hours.
Yes. Again, that would depend. I mean, there are situations where people have different work schedules. People work shifts, etc. Yeah. So it's the cumulative over 24 hours, which then would make you functional.
Okay, so how can sleep affect memory and concentration?
Okay, a good one. I mentioned earlier on one of the functions of sleep, and especially in REM sleep, is to lay down memories. Okay. So if you do not sleep enough, your ability to recollect information, which is very important for, if you think about, you've stored information, you have to recall the information. So if you have not slept enough, your ability to recall the information is impacted. And that is what will then manifest almost like a difficulty in concentration when you are supposed to, for example, remember where some document is or something. Because you haven't had enough rest, you have a difficulty in recalling the information or retrieving the information from wherever it is stored in the brain. So that's what will impact your concentration with respect to, so what attention and concentration usually go together. Okay.
So we are really going to talk about OSA.
Yes.
And there are now a lot of accidents that are related to less sleep of the drivers or lack of enough rest. How does this? I saw a statistics. I think you shared.
I shared.
So how can we help with these issues?
Okay, very, very important. Again, in relation to obstructive sleep apnea. And let me just go through that.
Even about?
Yes, let me just go through that. Okay, obstructive sleep apnea, I think when you introduce the program, it has to do with a difficulty in the passage of airway whilst you are sleeping. It's associated with obesity. It's associated with increasing age, and especially in we males. And again, when it comes to obesity, especially abdominal girth obesity, and so we males and our pot bellies. And I think that you mentioned to me that you have some background in reproductive.
Yes.
And so there's some research that correlates eclampsia and pregnancy-induced hypertension to the similar patterns with OSA, because for a long time we've not really understood what causes the hypertension in pregnancy-induced hypertension. But it is, again, when you understand the principles of OSA in terms of this big tummy, of this or a lot of increased weight around the neck, etc., pressing on the airway. Okay, and so narrowing. Narrowing, that's the physical narrowing. And of course, in a situation where you actually have in REM sleep where there is paralysis, so sometimes complete occlusion.
So doctor, we are in consulting room 5.
Yes.
You are not talking to me, you are talking to the public.
Yeah, okay.
So I want you to break it down as low as anybody can understand. So what are the things that may cause OSA?
OSA is associated, let me just highlight some of the symptoms and then we would relate that to the causation. So the symptoms are what you actually see or what we will ask you about. And there is a very interesting way of almost like a questionnaire type of way of assessing the problem. And it's called STOP BANG. STOPBANG. And there's a website with all these questions there. So stop is snoring. T is tiredness. You feel tired, washed out, whatever during the day, especially. O is observe to stop breathing, and P is blood pressure.
So pressure.
Yeah.
P
is pressure. Then BANG is body mass index.
Being high.
Being high. Just generally anything
around
above
the
20.
neck.
Yeah, and especially obesity around the neck, whatever. And then A is age. Generally for males more above 40, but nowadays, you see young men with all kinds of very interesting physiques. Anyway, but generally age 45, 50
upwards,
going. Yes, so that's also another risk factor. Then neck circumference.
If you have a bigger
if you have so that's actually indirectly associated with weight. And
with the neck circumference, how can somebody reduce the neck size?
By reducing your weight. By reducing your weight. So
like the general weight?
Yeah, just general weight. And then gender.
I thought gender, so males have higher risk of
males have a higher
risk of getting it.
Yeah.
I thought you had a particular neck exercise that could help.
No. Neck circumference, again, a simple way is that like the size of a shirt. It's really the neck.
The circumference of
so
the neck,
whether you're a 15, 16. So anything 16, about 16 and a half, 17, that's usually plus associated, whatever. So those will be the questionnaires and those will be the risk factors that are associated. But generally, OSA is invariably a lot of times silent for a lot of people. But then you have a situation where people start complaining of feeling washed out and very tired, and they start falling asleep inappropriately, especially during the day. I can cite two very interesting examples in my clinical practice. Some time ago, there was a guy fairly senior in one of the civil service structures. He was based in the Volta region. And I think he was in his, I think he was 57 or so. He wasn't yet
too old.
He wasn't yet supposed to retire. But he developed this problem where he gets to work by 9:30, 10. He's fallen asleep at his desk, and he was a sharp dresser, and he likes wearing black suits. So by the time they knock that he has some clients to see him or whatever, he would have the food that he has eaten, because he's asleep, would have drooled onto his sharp black. So this went on for some time.
But he wasn't concerned about that?
No, he was concerned. I mean, to the extent that it was impacting his work. I mean, he by 9, 10 in the morning, he's asleep. Not only is he asleep, but then the food has drooled on his. So it went on for some time, and so he went looking for all kinds of answers to his problems. And eventually it got so bad that he took early retirement. It was only after he took the early retirement that he found out about us. So he came to see us, and it was very simple, straightforward, obstructive sleep apnea in a sense. And so the inappropriate sleeping during the day was because, I think you described in your introduction that you stop breathing, and that's one of the. So when you stop breathing, we call it an apnea, and when you partially stop breathing, we call it a hypopnea. So when you completely stop breathing, what's then happening is it's almost like for anyone who has a bathtub or is actually been underwater, you are basically drowning. So when you stop breathing, you're basically, you are like self-drowned. Exactly, yourself. And so when you then get up and gasp, and that's where sometimes the snoring comes in. Because the snoring is usually associated with a narrowing of the airway, and so as you're trying to push out whatever, then you hear that the snoring.
Does sleeping posture also cause snoring?
Yes, sleeping posture does, and a lot of the times, and this is back to the analogy with pregnancy. When you're pregnant, a lot of times you struggle to sleep on your side, you sleep on your back. And so again, for lots of people, they sleep on their back, and then the abdomen presses on the airway, and then there's the narrowing. Then there is this observed stop breathing plus associated snoring. So it's really a mechanical thing, if you now understand how. And then there is a correlation with this happening often and an increase in blood pressure, which is, it's without getting too technical, that's associated more with what we'll say the internal control of the blood pressure or the autonomic system. But the more you have frequent periods where you struggle to take in air, the more disrupted the internal system gets. And then it becomes like a continuous cycle, and then it impacts your blood pressure. And then your blood pressure becomes sustained and it starts going up. So that is, so you asked whether the chicken came before the egg or the egg. But there's definitely...
like people with high blood pressure may also have that condition.
In fact, yes, a lot of people with high blood pressure, there might be some correlation with obstructive sleep apnea. Where the problem becomes even more obvious is for those that have high blood pressure and are struggling with blood pressure control pills. then you see that, oh no, they're using one tablet, it's not working, they have to go to two. As soon as you start getting to that situation, when you do a sleep study, you will realize the OSA. And if you actually treat the OSA, you are then able to manage the high blood pressure better. Now, one of the concerns, and increasingly, it has become an issue, and I think we talked about the bad road traffic statistics, is that people have obstructive sleep apnea, whether they are bus drivers or long distance drivers or what, and then they fall asleep behind the wheel.
Yeah.
Exactly. They fall asleep behind the wheel. And that's serious trouble. Okay. Just to now highlight again another story that, but this is a very public story.
Okay.
Because if you can remember, there was an election petition, the first one, was it 2012? The one that I think the NPP contested.
Okay.
Yes.
They took to court.
There was one lawyer who joined as, is it a friend of the amicus something, Korea, whatever. And his colleagues used to laugh at him because they said that though he had come with this high profile case, he was
always sleeping.
Was always asleep in court. So they were laughing at him. And then soon after, and of course, I mean, that was a high profile case. So soon after, he came out saying that he had gone to see TB Joshua at the time, who, because he went for prayers about his sleep problem.
Yeah, that time.
Because then he narrated also how many accidents he had had, road traffic accidents he had had while he was asleep behind the wheel, you know. So again, when some of us read
then you
story, then you immediately you make the connection that no, this is OSA or this is obstructive sleep apnea. So that was a very public description. But he mentioned that he had gone for prayers.
Yeah.
because exactly,
so
and
he was
also
ignorant about
exactly, and also interestingly enough, the earlier example I gave about the guy the senior civil servant who took early retirement.
Right.
He went looking for all kinds of miraculous interventions, and then he took early retirement because it was becoming embarrassing and he was unable to function
but
at
why
work.
are so many young people dying in their sleep of late?
Okay, that's a very good one. Okay, now when you actually watch the profile of foods we are eating, and you actually watch, especially in the cities, and the fact that we are so sedentary and we spend so much time in traffic, etc. Now look at the bellies or look at the weight of those 20-something-year-old. Yeah, no. And so, and lots of people have OSA, whether they like to hear that or not, but that's the truth.
But they wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't even know. But just to correlate with the sudden death in sleep, which is another of the epidemics that we're having, you know, there's something we call atrial fibrillation. Okay. That's associated with high blood pressure and with, unfortunately, again, obstructive sleep apnea. Okay. Let me just try and simplify it by, okay, the heart is a pump. And let's compare it to waterworks. Okay. So when you have a pump system, and then suddenly there is a slowing or some vibration in the pump system, what then happens is there's this, then once it kind of stops and the heart or the pumping system is not working that well, water has debris. It has particles in it. So what happens? The particles settle.
Settles, yeah.
Blood clots. Okay. So if you have the heart not pumping or fibrillating,
Right.
and then it slows down and settles, then it becomes prone to formation of blood clots. And when blood clots form, and then they are thrown into the blood system, and they find their way to the area in the brain which controls breathing, you're gone. So when you have atrial fibrillation and you throw what we call an embolus, and it then lodges in the area of blood, the two things that will kill you suddenly are anything that controls your circulation itself or your breathing. Those are the two causes of acute death. So when you have a clot that then finds its way into the area, these important areas of control, breathing, circulation, sudden death, you're gone. And that is the correlation with obstructive sleep apnea, because it's associated with increased blood pressure, with atrial fibrillation. Atrial fibrillation is associated with clotting, in the way I explained when you compare it to waterworks. So a lot of the sudden death, and of course, you might not die suddenly, but you might develop a stroke. And a stroke is usually, again, a clot from the same, but...
So we'll come on that. So you are scaring us.
No, I'm not scared.
But anyway, that's the truth. It's the hard truth.
Yes.
Yeah. So we are discussing obstructive sleep apnea, and with Dr. Yao Mfujo, who is the CEO of the Brain and Sleep Medical Center. I'm right?
Yes, you are.
Okay. And also a consultant, clinical or a psychiatrist. Yes. Psychiatrist, forgive me.
No problem.
We are talking about sleep. In fact, the explanations are just scaring me. So I'm so confused. So we'll go on a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll discuss ways of treating OSA, and then how weight gain can also affect OSA, and so many interesting. Don't go anywhere. So many interesting things we are going to discuss. Don't go anywhere. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome. You are watching Consulting Room 5. In fact, you are in Consulting Room 5 with me, your host, Dr. Sue, and Dr. Yao Mfujo, who is a consultant psychiatrist with expertise in sleep medicine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, doctor. So we are discussing OSA, obstructive sleep apnea, and he has mentioned so many things about OSA, so many things about sleep. If you are just tuning in, you have missed a lot, but we are going to continue. So, doctor, before we left, you were talking about how OSA can lead to stroke.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you complete that?
I think that it's just, again, the similar principle of association with blood pressure increase that could impact the especially the atrium or the one of the blood pumping chambers of the heart. Mentioned that when there's fibrillation, there's slowing down of the blood flow that promotes blood clot formation. When the blood clot lands somewhere in the brain, then you could get a stroke.
Oh, okay.
The other impact also is, again, OSA is linked to increased blood pressure. So you could get a burst of one of your small blood vessels in the brain, and that could also lead to a stroke.
Oh. Okay. Wow. So, doctor, does it affect, when it affects the airways, does it cause choking?
Okay. What people would maybe describe as choking is you are observed apnea. You're observed to stop breathing. And the response when you stop breathing is to then snore, and it's like you're struggling to, so that will,
coughing,
yes, and that will
choked.
feel like a choking when you are,
okay.
yes. So that's, yeah, and again, back to what I was saying earlier on, stop, bang, snoring, tiredness, and the tiredness happens because, one of the things that's, again, technical, but we used to assess when we do a sleep study is we measure what we call the apnea-hypopnea index. Basically, how long you stop breathing fully for more than 10 seconds, how long you stop breathing partially for more than 10 seconds. And what that basically assesses is, say over a minute is 60 seconds.
60 seconds, okay.
We've had instances where somebody has an AHI of 84. So that means that in 60 seconds, he stops breathing for a minimum of 10
seconds.
Yes, a minimum. He stops breathing. So it's actually,
that's dangerous.
Yes, you have people, when you do the study, you see, 84 is extreme, but you have people with AHI of 53. That means
almost
that, yes,
about a minute. Almost.
Within that time, they stop breathing for a period of minimum of 10 seconds for that often. So that's why they will fall asleep behind the wheel. Because at night, they are not
able to have their full sleep.
They are not able to, and so OSA, again, obstructive sleep apnea, could falsely present like insomnia, which insomnia is decreased.
We'll talk about that on another day.
Yes. Yeah. And then there's the additional problem that because people don't consult properly, they will go to the pharmacy and then they will say, "Oh, I didn't have a good."
Talk about treatment. But is there any relationship or correlation between sleep and weight gain?
Yes. Again, research, and more recently, so you were laughing at me earlier when we were talking about you sending me the message around that time and me responding. Yeah. Okay, there is a correlation between an increase in a certain hormone called the ghrelins and sleep. And ghrelins are associated with, they are hormones that are associated with the increased appetite. So when you are sleep deprived, you actually have an increase in the secretion of ghrelins.
The ghrelin hormone.
Yeah, the ghrelin hormone, GHREILIN. And ghrelin, that actually is associated with increased weight.
Because if your appetite is increased, it means that that's not it.
Yes, if your appetite is increased, you eat more. Of course,
you're going to eat more and then
you put on more weight. Yeah. So the ghrelins have an increased association with sleep deprivation. Yes. So there is some correlation between poor sleep deprivation, and increased weight. Yeah. And that's the correlation. That yes.
Is there a treatment for OSA?
Yes, there is a treatment for OSA. The first and basic important treatment is you've got to identify, or the problem has to be usually identified by your bed partner. Sometimes him. I heard you mention earlier on in the program how people sleeping in different bedrooms, etc.
Yeah.
So that is, it's not to say that all snoring, but that kind of snoring, not only is it disruptive, but it actually indicates an underlying problem. The next thing, again, those who have high blood pressure and are struggling to control with one medication, so again, the need to then do a sleep study. Sleep studies, unfortunately, are not cheap. Then there is
we can do a sleep study.
Yes, you can.
At where?
We do the sleep study either through
your hospital. You haven't even talked about your hospital today.
We're here to talk about OSA.
No,
not
but people who are struggling.
Yes, I think that's where again. The
Brain and Sleep Medical Center.
But I mentioned the affiliation with Eurocare and I mentioned the affiliation with Trust Hospital.
Eurocare.
So we actually do consults through those two places.
But where is your clinic actually?
It's actually on the outskirts. It's more the East, so Abokobi area.
Abokobi?
Yes.
Okay.
Please. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
The Brain and Sleep Medical Center. So
yes, please.
That's the CEO of the Brain and Sleep Medical Center. And if you are having any of these symptoms, Stop bang.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you can actually you can
so
find
Google,
out.
You Google stop bang. If you
actually
think you are going through any of such, go and see Dr. Yao Mfojo at the Brain and Sleep Medical Center, or you can go to Eurocare. You can go to Trust Hospital. They are affiliated to these hospitals, or you can go to any hospital that has this kind of therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
So back to you were asking about treatment. Okay, so the first thing, identify. Okay, the next thing, simple preventative things, weight loss or weight management.
Okay,
because a lot of this is part of the conundrum or part of the continuation of lifestyle, and so lifestyle issues, diabetes, hypertension. So weight management, very important.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, remember that one of the risks is an increased body mass index. So weight management. Okay. Then
so those are the preventive measures.
Those are the preventative
so you
measures.
Try to prevent it
or even when we actually prescribe something, and we'll come to that, we will still advise you to do these things because it is these
things. Do they
things,
have to take medication?
Okay, this is a mechanical thing.
Okay.
So the first usual intervention is what we call a CPAP device. CPAP device actually means simply continuous positive airway pressure device. Remember I mentioned to you that this is a mechanical...
That is for specialists to use, right?
Yes.
So that doesn't come in at all with us. So what are some of the practices that at home we can do to prevent?
Yes, this is what I'm saying. This where the first identify the problem, then the next thing important, weight management. So what you eat, etc.
Check your diet.
And preferably
exercise.
Yes, exercise, mobility, but preferably for me, sometimes the simplest thing to do is to cut out your evening meal.
Meal,
yes, you cut out your evening meal.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also.
So if you say cut out your evening meal, what does it mean?
That means that
after what time?
Yeah, after
or
6,
when,
don't eat.
Somebody is eating after 6. The person is sleeping after midnight. So is it the time or?
But that person might not have OSA, so then that's not an issue.
Okay, so if somebody has OSA,
or somebody is veering towards these things. So I'm not talking just in general. We're focusing.
I get
on,
you.
I get you. Yeah. So if you're having these issues or whatever it is, one of the you've got to reduce your weight.
The weight
significantly.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So that will be another important.
Let me just clarify here. So if in the middle of the night, not necessarily snoring, but somebody just gets up and during the sleep, the person starts coughing as if he's choked. Is it also an OSA symptom?
No. Please, again, many things can cause. Many things.
But what if it continues?
Many things can still cause that.
Okay.
I mean, for some people, again, congestive heart failure. Lying back with the fluid accumulation, that can cause that. So that could be what the problem is. Some people also have reflux. That can also cause that. So there are other factors
so that people don't just get
there are other factors that could. For OSA or obstructive sleep apnea, your bed partner observe you actually stop breathing, and you see the person stops breathing, and then there's like because when you stop breathing,
so people do surgery on that, do they?
Surgery is not that, what are you going to remove? The whole abdomen? No. Or the neck? I mean, no. Surgery is not that's not the
solution.
There are some issues where there could be some mandibular deformities, whatever it is. And so the maxillofacial surgeons can help with certain devices, etc. But surgery is not the recommended, no.
So the preventive measures, we should cut. People who have noticed that they have OSA should not eat too late.
Yes.
We should also be mobile.
Yes.
We should reduce sedentary lifestyle.
Yes.
And then we should also check our BMI.
Yes.
So weight management,
yes.
kind of. Okay.
Yes.
Right. And can we have some more? So because it's more like preventive.
Yes. It's actually the preventative things, but now it's more the awareness. And because, as we mentioned, these are issues that are impacting road traffic accidents, they are impacting our productivity,
right.
etc. And they creep on us without us even
But we haven't noticed it, and we are not making noise
because of the lack of awareness.
People also have it, and they don't know that they are.
No, they don't know
because
that
it's not
they have
everybody
it.
Who has a partner.
You see, that's also another challenge. But then a lot of the time, your productivity is actually impacted and seen at your work.
How can we help younger people to be able to cut down on a screen? Not even younger people. Everybody.
That's a tough one. That's part of our challenge with all these gadgets and technology and all that. One can only advise, but a lot of the times, again, one would discuss this when we talk more about insomnia and those other things. But when somebody doesn't have a problem, why bother? You can bring that awareness, but it is when the patient presents with a problem, and then you do the assessments, and then you say, okay, this could be part of it.
So your final words, doctor?
My final words would be that, again, balance in life and sleep is a very important functional part of our day. And so, again, just speaking about obstructive sleep apnea, there are lots of sudden death issues. There are lots of younger people, lots of people who are getting strokes, and the problem is actually associated
with OSA.
Yes, with OSA.
So we should be aware of it.
Yes, we should be aware of it.
Try and then work on ourselves.
Yes. And the simple way is nowadays the internet or whatever is available. Stop, STOP, bang. The website, the website is there. You can do a self-assessment. The score is there. You'll be able to assess your own risk.
Stop, bang.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Bang.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, doctor.
Thank you very much,
Dr. Yao Mpojo, consultant psychiatrist with expertise in sleep medicine. Thank you very much, doctor, and thank you for coming. I know that we have always wanted to have this. we'll continue this conversation. This program is brought to you by Unicom Chemist. And you see my beautiful outfit. Yeah.
I complimented you earlier, and we must compliment the seamstress
no,
or
now
the,
it's not a seamstress,
or the
fashion
designer. Okay, definitely.
So my fashion designer is called Naspi Couture.
Okay.
So visit Naspi Couture on the Spintex Road.
Okay.
And she'll make a very beautiful outfit for you.
Okay.
You like the outfit, right?
I do.
Okay,
Lovely.
So let your wife see her. She'll make a very nice dress for you. Naspi Couture is on Instagram, is on Facebook, Naspi Couture Ghana, and she'll make a very lovely outfit for you that fits your body shape. And also visit any Unicom chemist for your Lozati lozenges. If you have any sore throat or you're having problems, or you talk all day like how I'm always talking, what you can use for your throat, your dry cough and everything, what you can use for your throat is Lozati lozenges. They have different flavors. They have the ginger, the honey, the lemon, the peppermint, orange, and then the new cola. So if you are experiencing any of such, kindly visit any pharmacy. You will get Lozati lozenges. We have discussed this, and we hope that it's so useful. It's useful to me, and I hope that it does also to you. So don't miss Consulting Room 5 with me, your host, Dr. Sue. Same time next week. Bye.